Hi, I'm Tanmay Mehta and this is Cajun State's Weekly Law Review. The Supreme Court in a special Sunday sitting dismissed a plea challenging Rajasthan High Court's judgment on the conduct of board examination in the state of Rajasthan. A bench comprising of Justices A.M. Kanwalekar, Dinesh Maheshwari and Sanjeev Khanna observed that it did not consider it appropriate to intervene in the said plea in the light of recent judgment in Rajshri vs. Karnataka, wherein Justice L.N. Rao had stated that the court should have minimum interference in academic issues and it had already dealt with similar pleas earlier. The Supreme Court rejected the interim bail application of Mahinder Singh Yadav, a co-accused in the 1984 Sikh riots. A bench of Justices Indra Banerjee and B.R. Gavai stated that no specific suggestions are put forth in the plea which prayed for interim bail for Yadav on account of COVID-19 positive, and that everything possible was in fact being done in the furtherance of treatment of Mr. Yadav. Court further noted that no other suggestions was forthcoming from the family which had wished to take the interim plea. The Supreme Court has observed that there is no justification to award compensation towards loss of love and affection as separated in addition to awarding compensation for loss of consortium. The bench comprising Justices S. Abdul Nazir, Indu Malhotra and Aniruddha Bose observed that love and affection is comprehended in loss of consortium, which is a legitimate conventional head. The Supreme Court has held that under Section 7A of Tamil Nadu General Sales Tax Act 1959, purchase tax is leviable on the purchase turnover of empty bottles purchased by the assessee in the course of his business of manufacturing and sale of beer and Indian-made foreign liquor. In the judgment delivered by the bench comprising of Justices A.M. Kanwalekar and Dinesh Maheshwari, it was held that purchase turnover of the empty bottles purchased by the assessee from the unregistered dealers under bought note is eligible to purchase tax under Section 7A of Tamil Nadu Act, and the assessee cannot escape such liability on the strength of clarifications or circulars issued by the state government. The Madras High Court has quashed an FIR against a person accused of protesting on road against the implementation of Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 because the police did not get prior permission from the concerned authority. Shamsul Huda Bakwi was charged under Section 143 and 188 of the Indian Penal Code for protesting on public road without permission. He moved the High Court seeking to quash the FIR on the ground that according to Section 195 Clause 1 Subclause A of the Code of Criminal Procedure, no court can take cognizance of an offence under Section 188 of IPC unless the public servant has written order from the authority. The Kerala High Court has held that a writ petition is not maintainable against a church for its refusal to solemnize a marriage. The division bench upheld her judgment of a single judge that no public duty or public function is being carried out by a church by solemnization of marriage between two members of the diocese. The Jharkhand High Court on Tuesday directed the Director General of Police, Ranchi, to register an FIR on the allegations of tampering and forging of judicial records levelled by Scheduled Area Regulating Officer. Expressing surprise on the stance taken by the state government that chose to oppose the petition, the court remarked, "Surprisingly, the state is opposing the registration of FIR. Learned APP opposes registration of FIR for reasons best known. The attitude of state is not understood by the court." Looking to the far-reaching consequences of the public consultation process, the Delhi High Court on Tuesday directed the central government to publish the draft Environment Impact Assessment Notification 2020 in all 22 official languages. The direction was made after the petitioner pointed out that the draft has been published only in English and Hindi, whereas it is proposed to have effect all over India and to several industries, and comments have naturally been elicited from all over the country. The Punjab and Haryana High Court has held that bail conditions imposed by a court should not be so onerous that the bail proves to be feasible. The observation was made in a criminal application whereby the petitioner has challenged a bail order to the extent of bail condition requiring him to furnish the details and documents of an immovable property, valuing rupees 100 crores in lieu of a personal bond with respect to all cases pending against him and other co-accused. Such conduct of the respondent wife of being interested in remaining in her room or not showing initiative of doing household work can by no stretch of imagination be described as cruel behavior, and that too upon the appellant husband, the Delhi High Court has observed. The court noted that cruelty is no doubt not measurable as a tangible commodity, but acknowledged that the standard for determining as to whether a particular conduct can be counted as a cruel behavior or not has been the subject matter of several decisions of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has released a notification highlighting the standard operating procedures for purposes of effectuating hearing through virtual courts with effect from July 6. Fresh matters which have been lying in the pool which could not be listed earlier may be listed in the week commencing from July 6 through July 10. Miscellaneous matters may be listed on Monday and Friday with effect from July 13, subject to the availability of matters and subject to the directions of the competent authority. On non-miscellaneous days, that is Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, preference will be given to part heard matters.